بكمالي كاشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله.
لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وانفاض شوقي له وحل في أضلعي.
لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وفاض شوقي له وحل في أضلعي.
ملأت قلبي فداك وأنرت دربي هدى وكنت لي سيدي نورا أضاء المدى نورا أضاء المدى.
بالغ العلا بكمالي كاشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله. بالغ العلا بكمالي كاشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله.
You came into this life, brought up as an orphan child through a time of deep despair. Oh Muhammad, your days of work began as a fair and honest man. You showed just how much you care. And one night in that cave where the archangel came, and your life in this world will never be the same. Rasulullah, Habiballah, your light is always showing me the way. Rasulullah, Habiballah, I'm longing for the day I see your face. You brighten up my day, and in my heart you'll stay. With every breath I take, I'll never leave your way. Eyes that could light up any soul, you became the chosen one. Proclaim the word of God. Oh Muhammad, in the brightness all the stillness of the night, you would never ever stop. Being kind, giving hope and serenity and love to a divided world that didn't have enough. Rasulullah, Habiballah, your light is always showing me the way. Rasulullah, Habiballah, I'm longing for the day I see your face. You brighten up my day, and in my heart you'll stay. With every breath I take, I'll never leave your way. Rasulullah, Habiballah, peace be upon ya. Rasulullah, Habiballah, I really love ya. Rasulullah, Habiballah, peace be upon ya. Rasulullah, Habiballah, Rasulullah, oh Rasulullah, oh Habiballah, showing me the way. Rasulullah, oh Rasulullah, oh Habiballah, day I see your face. Rasulullah, Rasulullah, Habiballah, Rasulullah, showing me the way.
bóyá kí n message wọn.
A world so lost, a world in pain, a world in need as mercy came. A calm in peace, a love like rain. Our hearts will sing and praise His name. Salatullah, salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, salamullah, ala Yasin, Habibillah. Salatullah, salamullah, ala Yasin, Habibillah.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for yet another coming together. I can see that all my beautiful sisters that we normally run this program together have all joined. It's good to see everyone again. Even though I am on motion, but I will try as much as possible to be part of the program. Inshallah, I might just be on the background. Our mother, Sayyidah Aisha Milawal Clinics, she normally does the opening prayer for us. It doesn't look like we have her yet. However, so we start with Surah Al-Fatiha, inshallah, and then I will hand over back to Hajia Shakira Emiola to continue from there, because I am on emotion. So if you permit me to just quickly recite the Fatiha as the opening prayer, if that's okay. Hajia Shakira. Hajia Shakira, permission, please. Is Hajia Shakira there? Hajia Shakira Emiola. Can anybody hear me? Because I'm using Bluetooth and it's quite noisy where I am.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We can hear you. She's on. She's online. Okay. I think she's unmuted as well. Maybe it's just communication issues, but she's unmuted.
Wa alaikum salam. Shukran Hajia Ganiat Alateji. Now, we thank Allah for the gift of life. We thank Him that we said goodbye to one another last month, and here we are today, still healthy, and I can see my beautiful mother, Mrs. Mestina, looking beautiful as always, and all my other sisters, Hajia Shakira, well done. And when you use your cameras, at least we can see the beautiful faces, mashallah. May Allah continue to give all our affairs, inshallah. Yeah, so we start with Surah Al-Fatiha, inshallah. We pray that Allah accepts it from everyone of us. Be able to come together in the interest of Allah, and then good and becoming pious, a good role model to our generation and generations that will come after us. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله. So I hand over the program to Hajia to take it up from there. So permission to just go back to the background. I may not be able to use my camera for long because I am in transit. Hajia Shakira, are you ready for us? You are muted. Hajia Shakira, you are muted. Are you able to unmute yourself, please? Hajia Shakira.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you hear? Alan. Can you hear? Hajia Shakira.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay,
we can hear you
mashallah.
very well. And our guest speaker is with us as well. I think
can
she's
hear you.
using yeah, so you can take over the program now, sister.
Yes, sorry, I was having problem with the mic. Okay. Okay, mashallah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our sister forum. Eid Mubarak to everyone, to all our viewers. Welcome back. Inshallah, I'm sorry about the delay. I had a problem with my mic. So inshallah, we'll start the program now. We'll go straight to the first item on the list without any further ado. We have an opening prayer from Sayyidah Fumilawal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hajia Fumilawal. Okay, so sister is not online with us yet. Maybe we'll go to the Quran recitation by Hajia Zainab Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum, Hajia Zainab Abdullah. Is she with us? Okay. People on the line. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, so Hajia Zainab Abdullah. For the recitation of the Quran. Well, assalamu alaikum. Sister is not with us yet, so we go to the Misabiha Asharaba Hajia Ganiat Aremu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin. We'll start the recitation of Musabihat al-Hashri now. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma inni nawaitu an atakarraba ilayka bi tilawati Musabihat al-Hashri bi niyyati al-ta'budi lillahi ta'ala wa bi niyyati tasli jami'a malaha malika was wa likaramat wa likairat wa libarakat wa lifutuha fi dunya wa lihairat innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul a'udhu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharril waswasil khannas, الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب من شر النفاثات في شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun la a'budu ma ta'budun wa la antum abiduna ma a'bud wa la ana abidu ma abadtu wa la antum abiduna ma a'bud lakum dinukum waliyadin. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi man yashfa'u indahu illa bismihi. Yalamu Mumbai, sorry. Yalamu Mumbai no hide wa mo kalifa wala yuitu no bi shay mi la bi monsha wa si akurisi yu samon wati wala harido wala yahudu infusumo wala aliyul azim. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah Allahu akbar wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi aliyul azim. Adada mo halimo وملها ما حالم وزنة ما حالم وصلي على محمد عبدك ونبيك ورسولك نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين وللمؤمنات وللمسلمين وللمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم افعل وبهم عاجلا وعاجلا في ديني ودنيا ولآخرة ما أنت له أهل ولا تفعل بنا وبه يا مولانا ما نحن له أهل إنك غفور عليم جواد كريم رؤوف رحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد ما صلى عليه من خلقك وصل على سيدنا محمد النبي كما ينبغي لنا أن نصلي عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد النبي كما أمرتنا أن نصلي عليه. اللهم مغفرة كوزا ذنوبي ورحمتك رجاء محمد. لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. لا إله إلا الله له الملك وله الحمد. لا إله إلا الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وأن عيسى عليه السلام عبده الله ورسوله أبو نموتي وكلماتي عليكوا إلى مريم وهمني وأنا الجنة حق وأنا نار حق. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wala ilaha illallah Allahu akbar wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi illa billahi mili ama halimo adada ma halimo wazinata ma halimo. La ilaha illallah ya dafiu ya mani ya hafizu ya hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma ya mani ya sirra jamila wa satara alikabiya wa lam yu'iz bi jahirati wa lam yasika sitra wa ya azim al hafwi ويا زان تجاوز ويا واسع مغفرة ويا باسط يدين برحمة ويا ساميها كل نجوى ويا متاها كل شكوى ويا كريم صفي ويعزم لماني ويامكي على سيارتي ويامتدي أمي قبل استقاقيا يا ربي ويا سيدي ويا مولاي ويا غاية الرغبة أسألك أن لا تشاوية كلي كتب لا يدين ولا بيسيا بالنار اللهم إني أسألك خير مسيالتي وخير دعائي وخير نجاحي وخير ثوابي وخير الحياتي وخير مموت وسبسني وسكيك موازيني وحقيقي إيماني ورفع درجاتي وتقبل صلاتي وأغفرك عتياتي وأزيادك درجاتي أولى من الجنة آمين اللهم إني أسألك فواتي على خيري وكواتمه وجوامعه وهوله وهاهره وظاهره وباطنه وأزيادك درجاتي أولى من الجنة آمين اللهم إني أسألك خير مهاتي وخير ما هفعل وخير ما همل وخير ما هبتن وخير ما هزيا وأزيادك درجاتي أولى من الجنة آمين اللهم إني أسألك أن ترفع ذكري وتداوي زري وتسأل هموري وتطهر قلبي وتحسن فرجي وتنور قلبي وتغفر ذنبي وأسألك درجاتي أولى من الجنة آمين اللهم إني أسألك أن تبارك لي أولو في سماهي وفي بصري وفي روحي وفي خلقي وفي خلقي وفي حالي وفي معايا وفي همولي وتقبل حسناتي وأسألك درجات أولى من الجنة آمين اللهم بنورك إدتيت وبفضلك استعنت وبك أثبت ومسيت ذنوبي كثيرة بين يديك أستغفرك اللهم وأتوب إليك يا حنان يا منان أسألك الحمد والحمد من زوال الهيمان والحفو أمام مدى وكان برحمتك يا رحم الراحمين يا رحم الراحمين يا رحم الراحمين يا رباه يا رباه يا رباه يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار يا جبار جبار يا جبار اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر فضيحتين وظلمات عينين وهموم فقر ودين بحرمات جليل لساني وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وكان برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما ولك والخاتم لما سبقنا سوى الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى علي كان كريم مكدا غلازين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين صلوا على النبي الكريم.
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Jazakallah khairun, sister. May Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. Amen. So we'll go on to the next item, which is the recitation of the Quran. And I will be reciting Surah Al-Luqman from, in light of what we have for the Sisters Forum today. In light of the theme of today, we read Surah Al-Luqman from ayah 12 to 20, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَلَقَدْ أَعْطَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ أَنْ أَشْكُرُ لِلَّهِ وَمَنْ أَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ حَكِيمٌ وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في العامين أن أشكروا لي ولوالديك إلي المصير وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي وما ليس لك به علم فلا تطيعوهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إلي ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا بني إنها إن تكن مثقال حجة من خردل فتكن في شجرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض أتي بها الله إن الله لطيف كبير يا بني أقيم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف أنهى عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمشي في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مقتل فخور واقصد في المشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير ألم تروا أن الله سخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وأسبغ عليكم نعمه ظاهرا وباطنة ومن الناس من يجادل في الله بغير العلم ولا هدى ولا كتاب منير صدق الله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, so indeed we bless Luqman with wisdom, saying, be grateful to Allah, for whoever is grateful it is only for their own good, and whoever is ungrateful, then surely Allah is sufficient and praiseworthy. And remember when Luqman said to his son while advising him, "O my son, never associate anything with Allah in worship. For associating others with him is truly the worst of all wrongdoing." And when he commanded people to honor their parents, their mothers bore them through hardship upon hardship, and winning them takes at least 2 years. So be grateful to me and your parents. To me is the final return. But they pressure you to associate me with what you have no knowledge of. Do not obey them. Still, keep their company in this world courteously and follow the way of those who turn to me in devotion. Then to me you will all return, and then I will inform you of what you used to do. Luqman added, "O my son, even if a deed were the weight of a mustard seed, be it hidden in a rock or even in the heavens or in the earth, Allah will bring it forward. Surely Allah is most subtle, all aware." O my dear son, establish prayers, encourage what is good and forbid what is evil. Endure patiently whatever it befalls you. Surely this is a resolve to be aspired to. And do not turn your nose up to people, nor walk proudly upon the earth. Surely Allah does not like whoever is arrogant and boastful. Be moderate in your pace and lower your voice, for the ugliest of voices is certainly the braying of a donkey. And finally, have you not seen that Allah has subjected for you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth? And he has lavished his favors upon you, both seen and unseen. Still, there are some who dispute about Allah without knowledge or guidance or an enlightening scripture. May Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. So that's verse 12 to 20. We'll leave it there today. And inshallah, our sister that recites the Quran will join us in the next Sisters Forum, inshallah. Moving on now, we will be going to the lecturer. She's been with us for quite a while now. Sorry to keep you waiting, sister. So that's Hajia Fatimah Adebayo. And she will be giving us some reflective thoughts or fruits of the heart about the effect of social media on our teenager. Sister, are you with us? Assalamu alaikum, Sister Fatima Adebayo. Thank you so much for joining us, sister.
It's a great pleasure. So this afternoon, good afternoon, everybody, my beautiful sisters out there. My name is Hajia Fatimah Modupeola Adebayo from Oyo State, Nigeria. And I'm here to speak on the topic, the effects of social media on our teenagers. First and foremost, I would like to say one or two things about the social media. The social media, as we all know, is a kind of platform on which different people converge. They come online to do so many things. It is an internet-based form of communication where different people from diverse cultural backgrounds, educational, social, and religious background, they connect online for different purposes, such as knowledge acquisition, to learn new things, to make friends. Some come online for the fun of it. Some come online for business purposes, and so on and so forth. And social media is a place where different people come together to make connections and also to share information. And it is also a place where friends and families communicate. Then new things are learned on social media, Social media is also used to develop one interest in a specific area of study and also for entertainment purposes. Billions of people all around the world, they come online. That is, they make use of the social media for different purposes. On personal grounds, that is personally, the social media is used to communicate with friends and families. It is used to develop oneself. It is also used to keep abreast of certain things, the current happenings that take place all around the world. Then professionally, the social media is used. Please, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we
Salam.
can. Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, all right. So personally, social media is used for connecting different people all around the world. You use it to develop yourself intellectually. Then you also use it to learn new things online. And professionally, social media is used to broaden one's scope in an area of study, in a specific area of study, and also to meet with different people of the same profession online with a view to sharing the same personal interests as far as the profession is concerned. There are so many social media platforms, as we all know, such as the TikTok, we have the Facebook, the WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, the YouTube, and so on and so forth, to mention but a few. The Zoom is also there. So all these social networks, they are used to connect with people from different spheres of life with a view to preferring solutions to personal problems, seeking advice, and also to develop oneself, both academically, intellectually, and also morally. Since our focus here is on the teenager, though the social media affects everyone, it has become a kind of cankerworm. It has eaten deep into our consciousness and subconsciousness that we cannot do without it. When you get to a corner of an avenue or a street, hardly would you see anyone with the phone, browsing, scrolling, chatting, and making connections here and there. But I am narrowing my discussion now down to the teenage domain because they are the ones that are of major concern to our discussion this afternoon. There are some teenagers that have gotten so addicted to this phone that they forget their immediate environment. And this has really affected their social, economic, and physical lifestyle. They don't care about anything surrounding them. Instead, they feel relieved, they feel fulfilled once they go into the world of social media. And it has greatly affected them both positively and negatively. Let me go straight to the advantages of social media. There are so many advantages the social media has brought into the lives of the teenagers. One of which is the connection. It has enabled teenagers from different parts of the world to connect. They come together, they share information, they give advice, they share experiences, and so on and so forth. So it has really helped friends and families too to connect with themselves. They communicate, through the use of social media. And the second advantage is that it serves as a platform on which teenagers come to display or to showcase their talents. There are so many talented teenagers out there that know how to do one or two things. So by coming to the social media, for example, when you go to TikTok and Instagrams and the likes, you will see talented youths, teenagers coming there to show us what they know how to do. They bring out their talents in a very systematic way, in such a way that they will start getting likes and positive comments. So from there, they too will get satisfied and they will be happy with themselves. And it has given them a positive outlook of their life. Then another advantage is that it boosts creativity. Creative teenagers come online to showcase their creativity. They bring out different things that they can do. For instance, the DIY crafts, do it yourself crafts, such as the making of homemade mayonnaise, the making of different things, catering activities, making of cakes, baking of cakes, chin, and so on and so forth. Making of soaps at home. Then all these things, they are coupled with tutorials so that those that are interested in their creativity will know the procedure to go through. You'll be able to follow them. They'll be able to follow the tutorials they post online so that they'll be able to learn what these teenagers have been able to post online. And so it will even give these teenagers a sense of happiness. They will feel fulfilled that they are having positive comments. So they can do this, they can do that. They'll feel relaxed and satisfied at the end of the day. Another advantage is that it helps teenagers to keep updated. They keep abreast of the current surroundings, the current events happening all around the world. So with the use of social media, it has greatly helped them. It has keep them current. It keeps them current. It enables them to follow up with the trend going on in the world. Before the advent of social media, we normally depend on dailies, newspapers. There are some still news there, but with social media, it is as fresh as it is freshly baked from the oven. So once it is put online, they see it, and at the same time, they are familiar with the trends. Another advantage is that it helps them it encourages them and enables them to learn more things. For instance, those that are seeking knowledge, those that want to add more to their academic background, they would go online and visit certain educational sites. There are so many scholarly articles online that once they go online and they get hold of those articles, they will be able to enrich themselves individually. They will add more to what they had already known. And there are so many professors out there, there are so many scholars with whom they can rub minds with in order to extract more information from them, more educative articles from them, and they will put them through, they will guide them pertaining to certain ambiguous areas they are facing. Another advantage is that it leads to the creation of society, it leads to the creation of groups and communities. There are so many teenagers out there that are facing problems, emotional problems, psychological problems. different challenges. Some people might have undergone certain trauma that they are unable to open up to those close to them. But once they get online, they feel free to open up. So within these groups that they have created, they are able to pour out their mind. They are free, they'll pour out their mind with the intention of seeking advice, providing solution to their problems. And from there, they feel belonging. They feel happy that at least they have people that can listen to them, people that can hear them out, and people that can put them aright. Apart from that, it is targeted towards a wider range of people at the same time. Once an information gets online, many people receive it. It is disseminated to a larger number of people compared to other sources. Because once the information gets online, and a teenager that can get hold of his or her Android phone or iPhone, when they get online, they'll see the information together. There is nothing like, I didn't see it. Once you have the phone, you are exposed to it. You get information and then you digest it almost immediately. In this world, there are two sides to a coin. It's either the head or the tail. Likewise, all the things that are happening, we have the good side and also the bad side. We have the positive side and also the negative side. There is nothing with an advantage that does not have a disadvantage. So I want to go through the disadvantages of social media in the lives of our teenagers. I mean, the teenagers of the 21st century. One of the most leading, the most prominent disadvantage of social media is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is an act whereby untraceable elements, in quotes, these people come online with no specific personality. They come online to molest people verbally. They speak ill of them. They give them negative comments. They use derogatory languages. And all this downtones the morale of the posters. Take, for instance, now, a lady that is experiencing a kind of psychological problem. She comes online with a view to providing solution, with a view to having a rest of mind. Maybe someone that has been sleeping with her sister's husband. She now wants to put a stop to it. She came online and pour out her mind. While some people are giving her positive responses, these cyber bullies come out to make everything worse for her. For example, now, they'll start making all sorts of comments. Why? Okay, you shouldn't have gone to that extent of committing such an atrocity. You are bad. I don't think God will ever forgive you for that. All these bad comments usually result in so many psychological trauma for them. They begin to feel dejected, they feel rejected, and they are unhappy. So cyberbullying is one of the disadvantages. Another disadvantage of social media in the lives of teenagers is that it exposes them to pornography. There are so many pornographic sites online that they can gain access to. And once they get into those sites, they start watching blue films, in quotes. They watch blue films, they watch male and female having it live. And once they start watching this, it goes into their head. They want to start putting it into practice. And there is this super ego, let me use that word, super ego. When they start attaining the age of 13, there is this super ego called youthful exuberance. when it gets into them, it starts misleading them. It gives them the impression that they are doing the right thing. So when they start having it with their close relations, brother having sex with the sister, sister having sex with the brother, under the nose of their parents, without them knowing, as time goes on, it results in pregnancy. And who, as a parent, would want such a pregnancy to exist? In the process, they take the girl child to the hospital for abortion, and that can result in lifetime complications such as barrenness. The girl may not be able to have child again. Maybe the uterus gets perforated and so on. Then it can also lead to death, because if complication arises, the girl child may pass on, and that is a loss to the family. Another disadvantage of social media in the lives of teenagers is that it leads to sleeping issues. Some teenagers are in the habit of not sleeping at all, even at night, when it is time for their brain to get relaxed. God has created us in such a way that when the time comes, we'll have to relax all our nerves. But they don't do that. Instead, they start taking stimulants that will enable them stay overnight, browsing, chatting, and so many other things. So when they decide not to sleep, when the brain needs rest, they are depriving the brain of rest, of relaxation. So that can result in mental issues. You know, insomnia is one of them. You discover you can't sleep, you can't find sleep, you can't find rest, you are restless. That is one of the disadvantages too of social media in the lives of teenagers. Another disadvantage is that it leads to infringement of privacy. What I mean by infringement of privacy is that there are some parents that do not really care about the way their children handle their phones. They leave the phones for the children or for their teenagers. Let me put it that way, because we are concerned about them now. They give the phone to them to do all sorts of things, and inadvertently, unknowingly, they post out some vital information about their parents, maybe some business transactions that has a lot to do with monetary, with money. So if that happens, those that are watching you, the dubious ones that are watching you, will just go ahead, they will trace you, and this can lead to physical attack, it can lead to kidnap, it can lead to robbery, and so many other crimes. Then another disadvantage of social media is that it exposes some teenagers. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. Another disadvantage of the social media on our teenagers is the increase in the rates of internet fraud. In this part of our world, we call it Yahoo boys. They go online with all possible means with the intention of extorting people of their hard-earned money, of their hard-earned wealth, So they go through different avenues in order to realize their dubious motives. Some even go to the extent of impersonating. They go online posting pictures of beautiful girls, and you know, these clients in quotes, you know, when they get to see these beautiful girls, they go berserk, they go crazy in love and start wooing them, not knowing there is another face behind those girls. And so once they are able to penetrate these men online, once they're able to penetrate them, they extort them of their money and they leave them in search of another prey they can feed on. This is a very rampant behavior. When you get to higher institutions, you see teenagers that are not ready to learn. They are looking for the fast way, the fastest way to get wealth. So they go through that channel. They go online. They pretend as if they are business men. Let's say women too. They pretend as if they are business people. They start posting fake information about themselves. And once they are able to get hold of their clients, they extort them, they dupe them in such a way that those people may not be able to get on their feet for the rest of their life, or for the rest of their lives. Then another disadvantage is that it reduces face-to-face communication. Once our teenagers get online, they don't think of anything else unless the things that are happening online. Take, for instance, a social media platform such as TikTok, Instagram, and the likes. You know, when they get there, there is this kind of magnetic force that draws them. And once they are there, they wouldn't even know when the time has elapsed. Maybe they want to do something, they'll forget themselves. When they get into that domain, they forget themselves. They don't care about the things happening to them. Instead, they derive happiness there. And I must tell you, it has really affected them a lot. Some people, some teenagers do not have time for education any longer. They are looking for ways of searching for money, searching for wealth, when they are not up to the task, when they are not independent to do so. They are not ready to do so. They are not ready for life. They are not ready to be independent, but they just go that way because they see many people riding push cars, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and the likes. They want to live big. They want to start gallivanting around the old town. So in the process, they do what they are not supposed to do. They go online and they get involved in fraudulent activities. And that has actually, it will have an adverse effect in their lives as the time goes on. So based on what I've said so far, there are so many advantages and disadvantages, but I just brought out some in order to support my topic. The teenagers are so crazy. They are so crazy. They are so addicted to the social media that there is no how we can separate the both of them. They are incorporated unless there are some parents that have absolute control over their children, that they support them both physically, morally, and spiritually. As you are advising your words, your children, make sure you still go to God. You tell God to help you guide them, because once they leave our eyes, once they leave our presence, they go out there, they mix with friends, and then they get influenced at one point in time or the other. There are so many advantages and disadvantages, but an advice that I would like to give now is that we should try as much as possible to help our teenagers grow. We should advise them, we should not leave them that they are old enough to decide on their own. So once useful exuberance steps in, they may want to get control totally of their existence. But if we, as their parents, brothers, sisters, relatives, are able to curb them and guide them aright, I believe they will be able to live fine. The social media is a place where so many good things happen. If they are able to use it very well, they will gain a lot, and they'll be able to help others to develop. They'll develop themselves intellectually, physically, morally, spiritually, and the likes. So on this curtain, I would like to, on this platform, I would like to maybe put a pause to my discussion, and maybe anything.
Salam alaikum, sister. I think the network has paused a
Can be
little bit.
contributed to it.
Okay. So, salam alaikum, Sister Fatima. I assume that you're talking about the question and answer session. Maybe people have any suggestion or question that they'd like to bring forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, yes. So basically, we do question and answer. That's the part we ask you to continue to, as a lecturer, to stay on for us, so that our audience can either post their question and answer or come online and ask you questions in regard to the topic. But before we do that, we have a next item, which would be our pep talk. So normally we'd go to the pep talk and then we'll do the question and answer, if that's all right with you. So we'll move to the next program, and inshallah, once we finish the pep talk, then we'll come back to you, to yourself, and then audiences can start posting their question and asking and making suggestions, inshallah. Jazakallah khairun for the talk, and it was very, very, very useful and very, very beneficial. I'm sure a lot of parents will have a lot of questions waiting when we come back to the question and answer. So stay tuned for us, sister. Don't go anywhere. Inshallah. So we go to our dear sister, Mrs. Marcelina Adeshida, and she will be giving us our monthly dose of pep talk. Hello, sister.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Where is everyone today? People are probably still enjoying the celebration of Eid. So happy Eid to all of my sisters on the platform. I'm so happy for you and celebrate with you. Thank you to our speaker today, Fatimah Adebayo. Thank you. It was great that you were sharing with us about the good parts and not so good parts of social media, because it's always good to acknowledge that there's always a good and bad part to most things that we experience in life. So thank you so much. For those that don't know me, my name is Marcelina Adeshida, and my business, I work with skincare, teach women how to look after their skin. And I also work with Transport for London, but I mainly promote my business on this platform because that's what I do in my spare time for my own development. over the years, and I've been running that business for over 27 years. And I also always do a pitch of saying, if you're interested in looking after your skin, improving your skin, or you want to own your own business, something you do on the sideline, then I'm happy for you to chat me privately or contact me privately. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 topics. The first one is about humility. The second one is about resilience. And the third one is about trust. So humility, resilience, and trust. I want you to know that humility is a mindset, and it comes with a level of confidence that you have in yourself. And I find it irritating when people say, I'm a very humble person, because actually you should not be telling me you're a humble person. Your act, your deeds, how you carry yourself, what you do, your word being your bound, all of those things should be what tells me that you come with humility. There are 3 aspects of humility. The first aspect of humility is what we call the peak idiot stage. So the peak idiot stage is when you are doing something, maybe you've started doing it or you've done it for a long time, but actually you do not have the right skill set to do it or the confidence to do it. And an example is even talking on this platform. You know, you might have started, and those of you that started this journey might have started, and there might have been a lot of boo-boos, you know, camera technical issues, etc., which you will still get. But when you become confident and experienced, you'd be able to overcome it. But I also give an example of those that appear on talent shows. You know, I'm familiar with Britain's Got Talent, and I know that they have these talent shows all around the world. And people will come and they will look so beautiful, and they will stand, and beautiful means beautiful men, women, and they will stand there and they will open their mouth to sing. And you think to yourself, why on earth are they coming to sing? Because they cannot sing, but they sing anyway. And I tell you, if that same person carries on practicing and practicing, they become very, very good at what it is that they are doing, and people will start to recognize and acknowledge that song. So that is the first level of humility, which is a peak idiot stage. Then the second level is the value of humility. And basically at that level, that person keeps singing, keep getting the notes wrong, but they constantly get feedback from people, and they are not depressed by those feedback. They're not overwhelmed. They're not despondent. The feedback is allowing them to improve their skills, because somebody's saying to them, next time you go do re, you know, just say it in a particular way or breathe in a particular way. And they constantly keep performing and getting feedback and finessing themselves and getting feedback and finessing themselves. And so that is the value of humility, because they come there, they're not pretending that they're the best, but they are listening to others to shape and form them. And then the last stage of humility is the head of knowledge. And that is the peak stage. That is when you understand your craft, and when you own your craft and you are presenting your craft in a way that people start to talk about you and people start to admire you for your expertise. And that's when humility comes in, because somebody will go, do you know about that sister? Oh my goodness, she's such a great speaker. She presents herself, she does this, she does that. And the person they're talking to would say, oh my goodness, you will never know of that. Oh, wow, such an humble person. And that's where humility is at its best, where somebody else is advocating for you, where somebody else is talking about you, and you are not the one going, I'm a very humble person, I'm a very, no. Humility comes with other people acknowledging that in you. And so those are the 3 levels of humility that I want to share. Now I'm going to talk about resilience. So resilience really is about going through setback and difficult times and keep bouncing back and keep bouncing back and keep bouncing back. And there are quite a few people that are quite resilient. But a lot of us just do that first bit of bouncing back. We don't understand the levels that makes us a very strong, resilient person. Some of us may have learned it from observing our parents, observing people around us, and some of us just do it. It's like when you're driving, you learn, and then you become a competent person, and then you just do it without even thinking. But you learn these things either by people telling you, as I am now, or by you having observed other people do it. So again, there are 2 levels of resilience. You would not be surprised to hear. The first level is when it's about visualization, when you visualize something that, okay, I'm going to start my business, and you can see you starting your business, the start of it, the middle, and the end. You can just see that you're going to be successful because actually people before you that have gone down this path have been successful. They've told you they've been successful. They've given you examples of success, and you can see it happening. So when you have a small setback, you are not faced by it. You just go, okay, I know it's going to be better. But some people can actually be derailed by the setback because all they've done is visualize, and they've not seen all of the examples of how much better you can make this experience. The second level is catastrophization. It comes from the word catastrophe. So catastrophization. And I had never heard of that word until recently, where actually, once you visualize, you have to catastrophize your journey. And basically, that means that you have to think about what might possibly go wrong. I know a lot of us are quite positive here, and we're always saying, oh, that positivity mantra, be positive, be positive. But positivity can only take you so far if you're not prepared for derailment now and again. So that process of catastrophizing basically means think of what is going to go wrong. If you visualize and you can see the beginning, the middle, and the end, for each stage, think of what can go wrong, and plan how you're going to handle what is going to go wrong. And I was giving an example when I was giving this, pep talk on another platform. I said, I have a project going on in Nigeria, and it involves land, and involves, doing something on that land to help a local community. And I haven't catastrophized because, in Nigeria, when it comes to land, there's so many hoops you have to go through. You have to go through the Omonile hoop, the landowners, those that want to just eat off you, those that you've got to plan for those. And if you don't plan for those, by the time you finish your project, your money might have gone because you didn't plan for those unexpected hoops in the journey. What actually you want to do has not materialized, but in the meantime, you're being diverted to do other things. And so it is quite important that for us to be able to develop true resilience, we have to know where we're going and prepare for what might go wrong and how we're going to deal with what goes wrong. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was trust. for you to achieve anything with anyone, be it your husband, your children, your colleague at work, you know, anything you want to do, you really have to have trust. Trust of what they're telling you, trust of what you're telling them, how you can share information without that information being misused, even on this platform as well. For you to be able to come and talk openly and be able to learn from each other, you have to be opened and you have to be trusting what it is, you know, that people are saying and what they're receiving from you. And without trust, there cannot be collaboration, there cannot be effective working, and there cannot be something that would help you grow. The topic of trust is quite longer and bigger, but I will stop here, and I might be able to address that in a separate lecture. So for me, there is, you know, 3 things that I've talked about today, just in summary: humility, which has 3 levels, peak idiotic stage, the value of humility stage, and the head of knowledge stage, and resilience, which has 2 levels, visualization and catastrophization, and then the last one, trust, which is important in all ambits of our life. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for listening to me. And yeah, over to you, Shakirat Emiola. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the pep talks as usual. Very refreshing. So we're gonna go over to the question and answer now. I don't know if anyone has got any questions ready for us. Has anyone got anything that they'd like to ask the host in regard to today's topic on the social media and teenagers? I'd like to ask the host, okay, I think you want to add something.
Yeah, I was gonna kick.
You're muted.
Oh, I've unmuted myself. Can you not hear me?
You're still muted.
Oh, this is interesting. It's interesting. There's a meltdown of technology.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, there's a meltdown of technology. I could see that I had muted myself. So I wanted to ask the question about, you know, those with young children. I mean, my children are grown now. How could parents make sure that they are constantly aware of what their children are doing on social media? What would you suggest is, you know, a good way for parents to keep on top of what their children are doing?
Okay, so this question is to the host, Hajia Fatimah at Debayo. If you could help us with that. I hope she's still on. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Yes,
salam.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes.
The question she asked, it is very, very important for we parents to monitor our words. And once we start bringing them up from the scratch, we shouldn't wait till they become teenagers. We should let them know that there are so many things they can do in order to free themselves from trouble. First and foremost, as they are growing up, we should expose them to religious talks. We should let them go to religious gatherings, and then we should kind of restrict their movements if they need be. We should check the kind of friends they keep. We should monitor their peer groups, because peer influence goes a long way in reshaping our kids. And once they are growing up, if they have good upbringing, proper upbringing from the scratch, I tell you, if you tell a child that if you are given something, right from when the child is like 2, 3 years, if you are given something, make sure you come and show it to mommy. Do you understand? Yes, ma. Do you understand? And you don't stop there. You try to monitor him or her. As they grow into adults, they have that kind of notion at the back of them that if anything happens, they'll run to mommy. Like my own children now, I have a son of 15 years. If he wants to do anything, he'll come to me. So with that, one is free. One will know that if that child even is about to take a wrong step, he or she will come to the parents. And by opening up to his or her parents, they get to tell them, they'll put them aright and teach them the virtues of life. So it is very pertinent for us to train our kids right from when they are growing up, because when they become teenagers, they tend to have this notion that you can't control me. I am old enough, mommy, I know the difference between the right hand and the left hand. All what you're telling me now, I know, mommy, I know. So this youthful exuberance goes into their bloodstream and tries to control them, to misguide them. Are you hearing me, ma'am? Are you hearing me? Hello?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're hearing you clear and loud.
All right, ma'am. So it is very, very important for us to start.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay, ma'am. Train your child the way you should. When he grows up, he will never depart from it. If we give them the right orientation from day one, from when they start learning, when they start going to school, that when you get to school, don't do this, don't do that. If anything happens, those children will always run to you. And so whenever they want to take a bad step or a negative step, you will know, you'll be the first to know, because they see you as being accessible. There are some parents that usually chase their children away. They don't want to hear anything about them. Most of these children, they find it insecure. They may have 1 or 2 problems bothering them, and they believe their parents are the ones that can help them out. And once they get to their parents and they say no, the mother can just say, no, I don't have time for you. So once they do that, the child just goes elsewhere to seek advice, and the advice may become detrimental to their livelihood. It may become detrimental to their future. And whose fault is that? The mother's fault. If we have time for our words, if we give them a proper upbringing, they will be able to grow well and know the difference between the right and the wrong. Then how to monitor them online. That is a bit difficult because we cannot follow them everywhere. We can't follow them to school. The only thing we can do is to admonish them. As we are admonishing them, at the same time, we go to God on our knees that He should guide them aright. There are so many people out there that are ready to misguide them. We pray to God, and then we advise our children to, we let them know the way of God, we let them have the fear of God. With that, everything will be able to work out well, and they will have a lifetime experience that is positive. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm through with the question, ma'am.
I have one question. Is that my question is when do you know how to? I mean, how do you? When do you know when to? You know, sometimes they feel like you're in. Sometimes, okay. Sometimes the teenager will feel like you're intruding their privacy. How do you? You know, where is the limit of going into their phones or checking on them on social media? I mean, is there a limit, or is there an intrusion of privacy in that manner? I mean.
Thank you, my beautiful sister.
We can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can. I'm not sure if you see my nodding head. Every time you say you can't hear us, I'm always like, we can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. It is not that easy to infringe into their privacy because...
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, it's not that easy to infringe on their privacy as far as that is concerned. What we can actually do is to encourage them, because once they leave us, once they go away from our presence, they go outside, we cannot follow them everywhere. And that was why I said we should start from the scratch. A child that has a good upbringing will always look back like, I am somewhere now, my parents are at home. How would they feel if I do this, if I do that? Though there are pressures here and there, but then we'll just try to check on them mildly, because they would not want a situation whereby they will feel we are trying to control them when we can 100% have control over them, but then we would do it in a subtle manner so that they would not get angry and leave us, then go and take maybe certain decisions that will be harmful to them for the rest of their lives. It is not that easy to start checking on their phones and everything. We'll just need to give them advice. We'll try to carry them along. Whenever they are out of our sight, we'll call them often and often. We'll we'll admonish them, we'll pray for them. And there is nothing we can do about that. We can't start checking on their Facebook accounts, their WhatsApp, and so on and so forth, because most of them, they lock up, they have lock code, which they use to lock their WhatsApp, they lock their Facebook and everything. We can't forcefully get into that to know what they are going through or what they are doing. I'm through with the question.
Thank you. I think it's a bit slow in getting to our moderator. When you finish speaking, I'm not sure, maybe she's having some IT problems. Yeah, she's coming back on now.
Assalamu alaikum. Is Mrs. Adesida, you're saying something, because we can see you talking, but we can't hear it.
Right, okay. I think it might be your side, because whenever Hajia Fatimah finished speaking, then we don't hear from you. So I think it's quite slow for you on your side.
Okay. Jazakallah. My side. Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Hello,
can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam. I can hear you well. I can hear you well.
Okay, I can't hear anyone at the minute.
Hajia Fatimah. I think it's maybe it's IT issues from Malaja Shakira's
Can
side.
anyone hear me?
Yes,
All right.
yes, we can hear you. It might be from your side. I think one of the things to do is like a suggestion.
Okay.
I have a
Jazakallah khairan for that. All right. Jazakallah khairan for okay. Can you hear me now though?
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I think Alaja Olateju made a comment. She says one of the best ways is to befriend your teenagers, to be friends with them. What do you think, Sister Fatima? Another one says that her friend added her teenage daughter to her Facebook account.
So befriend a teenager, I don't think that's proper.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You don't, what I'm trying to say is to make friends with them. Once you make friends with them, they gain your trust. If they don't trust you, they won't tell you anything. That's the most important thing. If they don't trust you.
That was actually what I said.
That's what I mean by to befriend them. If they don't trust you.
She says she said being the friends with your teenage daughter.
Okay, yes, you know, I said it that my children now, they can't do anything without coming to me. And that's the level of closeness, the level of friendship. With that, if they want to make any decision, they come straight to me. The closeness is there. Unlike some people that they just chase them away. Once they say anything, they don't want to hear anything from them. And that usually misguides them. It will misguide them into taking certain decisions that will cause havoc to them in the nearest future. You know, these close teenagers, if anything happens, they'll say, Mommy, I saw this. Mommy, I did this, I did that. You know, you will even be surprised that they can go to that extent. And at the same time, you thank God because of the closeness you shared with them, that they are able to make certain comments. They are able to disclose certain things to you that all of a sudden you'll be able to correct them, you'll be able to clarify certain things about what they approach you for. And that shows the level of closeness, the level of friendship that you have with your teenage children. Thank you. Hajia, I'm through.
Jazakallah khairan, Alhaja. I think there's a communication issues there. Okay.
I just wanted to add that, you know, as a lecturer, because I teach from age 16 and adults, and what we tend to find as teachers is that the ones that usually, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you well.
Okay. Okay, what I usually find in my area of work is that the teenagers that usually have most of the problems are the ones that do not have parents that are still monitoring them or watching them. Because what we tend to find is that when children finish secondary schools, a lot of parents relax. A lot of parents relax in monitoring or in being, you know, having rules and regulations. A lot of them, you know, tend to take a more relaxed approach to their teenagers, even though they are 16, 17, 18, they probably need your guidance more because they are now facing life, you know. So a lot of the students that I have problems with in regards to what we're talking about today are the ones that we can't even find their parents because the parents have left. You know, it's not like they're living on their own, but it seems as though they are living on their own because their parents have moved on to do other things or focus on other things and they are not guided. So therefore, the level of freedom is endless. So that's the problem. I mean, I know in Nigeria, it's probably a little bit more restricted in terms of how old, you know, a child is still a child. But over here, it's a little bit more relaxed in how old a child is a child. So there are some students that we can't even contact their parents once they're out of control because of their age. So when a child is 18 and above, we can't contact the parents anymore. So, you know, it's important for parents to, especially us African parents, still be the parents, still be there, I mean, yeah, you might want to give them freedom, but still still have that control because they do not, the reality is they will ask you for freedom, but the reality is they do not understand how to, you know, how to tame that freedom and they will express it and they will mix with the wrong people, you know. Hope that makes it easier for us, but may Allah make it easy for us, inshallah. And may Allah continue to help us as parents in how we guide our young children, most especially those. I mean, I know it's also just as bad all over the world, but especially those in the Western world, because the freedom that they have given them in the system or legally is beyond our control here. Does anybody else have any more comments or questions before we move to the next item? Okay, because we skipped our zikri, but we need to go back to that now. So because our sister wasn't online, but I think I don't know if Alaja Awayiwashiri can help us with the zikri. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Alaja Awayiwashiri. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih lima wa laka wa la سبق لا صراط إبراك وراده إلا ذراتك المستقيم وعلى آله حق القدر ومقدار العظيم محمد وعدي حبا ليلى وتدني محمد وعدي حبا ليلى وتدني وداد الإيمان من هاشمي يا أحمد عليه الصلاة الله ثم سلامه عليه الصلاة الله ثم سلامه وهلل وذهاب الله كرام ذوي الدمى أزادل فيه ورقة لوجرة نهامني ودهفني كان مزاني بمجرمة أباك الله هيا كنا متيمة قلبي هيا كنا متيمة علي فقراني بالنبي مهيمة حبيت بليلة مزارا مرشدا بذكر الذي قد بدها ومع السمع النبي محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم النبي محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم سيد الوجود محمد رسول الله محمد مفتاح الفتوحات بزيدي محمد مفتاح الفتوحات بزيدي وهاتم ذلك الرسل ما مقدما الله لا 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 إله إلا الله الله لا لا الله لا 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 إله إلا الله الله لا لا أبا قلبه لها يكون متيما إفاقراني به به مؤيما إله 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 الله إله 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 الله إله إله الله إله إله الله إله إله مؤمن فؤادنا قبلنا وزيدني بداد الإمامنا هاشمي يا حمدا الله إله إله لا إله إلا لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله إله إلا الله إله إلا لا إله إلا لا إله إلا لا ربنا لا إله ربنا لا إله إلا ربنا لا لا ربنا لا إله إلا ربنا لا ربنا لا إله إلا ربنا لا إله إلا لا ربنا لا إله إلا ربنا لا إله إلا ربنا يا شيخي يا ولي بابا يا شيخي يا ولي بابا lóṣòdì bàbá ire ni bàbá ìdùnnú bàbá sí wa bàbá ló baríkà àìnú mahama àìnú rasulu inú barama bàbá wáyò inú mọ àìnú bàbá ló mú dùn ṣéwù àwálù wò bàbá wálù bàbá wálù bàbá wálù ó ti tó wà àwa tẹ̀lé lọ látara Sayyidah Hamdallah àwa gbà fún o àgbà fún o Sayyidah Hamdallah ìkẹ́ àtọ́lá ó máa bá Muhammad ربنا هلا 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 ربنا هلا 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 ربنا لا هلا هلا ربنا هلا ربنا يا شيخ الرحمن يا شيخ الرحمن يا زين 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 يا زين بابا رامو bàbá barama o bàbá ti wá ní I know si Jani, I know si Jani, Tehi Barama, I know Muhammad, Azulu, si Jani, Barama, Barama, I know Hawalu, I know Halahu, I know Hawalu, I know Hawalu, hala Rabbna, hala Rabbna. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما ولك ولا حاتم لما سبق نوزر الحق بالحق ولا هادي إلا صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق القدر ومقدار العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Sallu ala Nabi Kareem. Hajia Eniola. Salamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Hajia Shakira.
Amen. Amen. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Amen. May Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me? I think my network is bad. May Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. I'd like to take this moment to thank our host, our lecturer. Yes. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Salam. We can hear you now.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam. Hajia can hear you clearly.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. I can hear you well. I can hear you well, Hajia.
All right. I don't know what's wrong with my network. It's just it's been.
Yes.
All right, mashallah. So I'd like to take this moment to thank our lecturer, Hajia Fatimah Adebayo. Thank you so much, ma, for joining us. Your lecture today. Okay, alhamdulillah. Yes, thank you so much to Hajia Fatimah Adebayo. The lecture today was very yes. Yes, the lecture today was very interesting and very food for the thoughts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide you, and please join us again when you can with more lectures for the sisters, inshallah. And I'd like to also thank our sister Mrs. Adesida for always giving us our monthly dose of pep talk. We like to go on to the announcements. If we've got Hajia Ganiat Aremu online, if she can give us any updates on announcements of what's happening in Zafat or what's happening in Aulia and other activities that we do around Zafat. Assalamu alaikum, Hajia Ganiat Aremu.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sorry, I couldn't unmute before. It's just to remind our members, and also if you've got new members among us, just to let them know what we do in Safat. We do our day wazifa every day. That's between 6 p.m. UK and Nigeria time till like 7:30 p.m. to like 8 p.m. every day. And also we do our Sunday Lateef. That's coming up tomorrow between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. We do our Sayyidah Jum'ah. We do that every Friday. We do one yesterday. That's between 6 p.m. UK and Nigeria time, and then we finish at 8:30, 9 p.m. sometimes. And then we do our monthly tahajjud. That's the last Saturday of every month between 12, 8 midnight and 2 a.m. And then our Sister Forum, which is the one we're doing right now, that's every first Saturday of every month between 12 and 2 p.m. Also, Hayla'Allah Academy, that's for our students where we study Quran, ifs, and then memorizing Quran, hadith, so many Islamic where our children have so many Islamic understanding. We do that every 3 times a week, which is between Tuesday, Saturday, and Sundays. Also, we are planning to get mosque for Safat in Manchester. May Allah make it easy for us, provide for us, enrich us. So please, let's do this to the cause of Almighty Allah. Allah will continue to bless us and meet us at the point of our needs. And I will pray for our Sayyidah to come back to us safely. Inshallah, may Allah accept all our deeds, all our prayers. And may Allah accept all our prayers as well. And whatever we do or contribute as an act of ibadah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We go to Aishat Adegun for vote of thanks. Sister Adegun, all the way in the US.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for yet another beautiful section. We thank Almighty Allah for making us witness this. And last month we said we prayed to witness another one, and here we have today. Allah has blessed us, and we are here to witness this. Thank you to say that.
Yes.
Thank you to. Okay. Thank you to Hajia, Shakira, Amila for making this interesting all the time. Thank you to the teachers for today, Hajia, Fatimah, Adebayo. I pray Almighty Allah continues to give you more wisdom to help people understand how to tackle things and do many other things, like wisdom in this area and other areas. Thank you for the wisdom Allah has given you, and I pray that it continues to help you and your family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring the invitation, and we thank you, Mrs. Messelina Adesida. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the pep talk. Thank you for educating us all the time. Thank you for making yourself available all the time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hajia Olateju. Thank you for your immense contribution to this forum. Thank you may Allah continue to bless you and your family. Thank you, Hajia Ganiat Aremo. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your immense contribution. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Even I can't mention all the names. Thank you for everyone. And we pray Almighty Allah continues, and the support Savat, the Safat support IT team for making this happen all the time. Thank you for everyone. May Allah, Almighty Allah continues to bless everyone, give us good health, and enable us to be here all the time for in the cause of Allah. Inshallah, bikudratullah. Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran, jazakallah khairan for that. And on that note, I think we are good to go. And we'll call it a day. And we can round up. Assalamu alaikum. I remain your host, Ms. Shakirat Emiola. Until next month. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.